Flosstube. Welcome to Creative Whim Studio. Welcome back. If you're new here, this is a channel about all the creative whims that I like to do. So I design cross stitch and punch needle and hooked rugs, and I am an artist. I paint in watercolor and acrylic. So just all kinds of fun things and creative things that we talk about here. And if you are one of my subscribers, that's the word. If you are one of my subscribers, thank you so much for returning, and I hope that this is a good video for you. Hopefully it's full of good stuff, full of goodness. I think it's going to be great because there's lots of fun stuff to show you, lots of pretty stuff. So last week I took my Christmas things down. I'm so embarrassed from last week's video because I was like, I had to wait until the 12th, the 12th to take my Christmas stuff down, and I couldn't remember why, what the priest said and everything, and I'm like, why don't I look that stuff up before I start my video so I don't look like an idiot? But anyways, Kevin helped me take everything down, which was so nice of him because normally it's just something I do by myself and it's so depressing. So it went a lot quicker with him helping, and I really appreciate that. And then we had the grandbabies on Thursday, of course, and it's just a blessing. It's just all I can say about that. And then today we woke up to about 3 inches of snow, and it's actually still snowing. It's supposed to turn into rain and then snow again later, which is a real bummer because tonight our son Kyle, he's in two bands. One is like all covers, you know, classic rock, and some, you know, a cover band anyways. But Rushmore Pass is a band that is all original music, and they are opening tonight for a Kiss tribute and a Scorpions tribute band. So I really hope that the roads clear up and everything. It's right here in town, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I'm sure by then the roads will be clear, but we'll just see what happens. I'll try to remember to get a little bit of video. I'm so excited about this. I'm excited for him, mostly, that he's opening for these two tribute bands, you know, that's pretty cool. What else is going on? I got all my new release orders out to my shops, and just, that took pretty much Monday and Tuesday, just because I ran out and I had to make more inventory and stuff, but, and then now I'm focused on getting ready for Nashville. I sent some more things out to be stitched to some model stitchers, and I still have people asking to stitch for me, so I love that because I just want to keep a constant turnover of charts being stitched and coming in, and you know, because I have 4 releases a year now, so it's nice to have a lot of stitchers working, and I so appreciate you so much. Gosh, I couldn't do it without you. So. And then, you know, as far as shouting out anyone, I've just been watching my regulars this week while I was working on a new punch needle that I'll show you later. But it's just fun. Pam and Steph just keep stitching. And, of course, Priscilla and Chelsea, The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, and Snug Harbor Crafts with Deb and Kath. I'm trying to think who else. Brenda and the Cereal Starter. I don't know, just all the people that I love to watch. I just got all caught up with everyone, and it's wonderful. Everyone's got such neat things, plans and things going on, and it's fun to see the excitement, you know, for a new year. Everyone's into it. So announcements. I have some good news. I mean, this isn't like 100% because the contract isn't signed, but, well, actually I have 2 really cool things. The neighborhood punch needle that I showed, that's one of my new releases. It's big. and it has like the farm, like it's multi-directional because it has like a farm and a house and a church and a barn and all that stuff. Anyways, I sent the original Punchneedle off to Park Designs, so it sounds like they're gonna go for it and make cheer pads and runners and all kinds of cool things out of that. So that was really exciting. Another thing I'm really excited about, that all I have to do is sign the contract, but I'm kind of going over it. We've been going back and forth and changing things around on the contract. But anyways, it looks like I'm going to license with iCanvas. And iCanvas sells to a lot of big stores. And they chose a ton of my artwork. And you may be thinking, well, you sell your own prints, so why would you do that? I think it will actually open up a whole new audience to my work, to be honest, because people that go to my Etsy shop are people that are already aware of me through either Flosstube or Instagram or whatever, you know, Facebook. So they're already people that know about me. You know, does that make sense? With iCanvas selling to like Kohl's and Joanne, they sell to anybody that sells gallery wrapped canvases and reproduction prints and that kind of thing. It's like they're on their radar. Not to say that those stores are going to choose my art, but I'm just saying iCanvas sells to those type of stores, and they also get most of their business just through their own website. So I just think it's going to put a lot of new eyes on my artwork, which is always a good thing. So I'm super stoked about that. What you paintin' Wednesdays? I'm telling you what, I am totally digging What You Paint Wednesday. We have so much fun. If you have not joined us live on Facebook while Kristen and I are painting, you seriously are missing out. We have so much fun. And Colleen from Stitching with the Sisterlies, she's there every week. God love you, Colleen. Thank you so much for your support and for joining us each week. Daisy Tolson was there. Oh God, I don't want to leave any names out. Cheryl from Stitching with the Sisterlies, she ended up showing up right before we were wrapping things up. But who else was on there? I mean, it was just so much fun. If I missed your name, I'm so sorry. But there wasn't a lot of people on there. But it's just, we laughed and laughed and laughed. And about the first 5 minutes of the video, if you want to watch the replay, it's over on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Teresa Koga, or you can join my Facebook group, and I have it on there as well. You can watch the replay, but it's like an hour and a half long, so to sit and watch that, it's kind of like watching Flosstube. You know, you could just have it playing while you're stitching, but we just chit chat, and I'll show you what I painted, and then Kristen was working on a furniture piece for her daughter. But it's just the banter back and forth of interacting with people that are on the live with us that is so much fun. But the first, what I was getting at is the first 5 minutes, we could not get the splits. Kristen hosted it, okay, through Zoom on her Facebook page. So she could not get the split screen to work. And I'm telling you, she started laughing and the thing was repeating itself. So I couldn't tell if she was asking a question or if that was a repeat. I mean, I was like, it was hilarious. I've watched just the first 5 minutes like 3 times and just laughed every time. It's so hilarious. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about my new charts. Just 1 second. As you know, I already had this conversation with you all that I scan in my finished piece and then I color correct it in my computer. So my covers are not photography. They're normally a scan, and I get it as close as I can to the original color as possible so that when you do your project, you can say, wow, my project looks just like the cover, you know, if you use the same called for threads and linen and everything. Okay, now, having said that, 4 of my new releases are photographed, and you might be saying, is she going to photography now? No, I'm not. Here's the deal. For 2 homes. Okay, so this was one of my new pattern releases. This is a photograph because I thought I scanned them before I sent them off to Vanna to be finished into these super cute pin keeps, and I couldn't find the file. So I had to photograph the finished pieces. So that's why that one's photographed. Also, Blue Ribbon was a new punch needle for me. This was in Punchneedle and Primitive Stitchers magazine summer of 2018. So after a year, I can release it myself. And this is the image that was in the magazine. So a lot of times if I'm releasing a pattern that was in the magazine, I will use the photograph that was used in the magazine. So that's why that's a photograph. Okay. And then the punch needle patterns for the ornaments, the Christmas ornaments, well, those just had to be photographed because how else, I mean, it would look, I don't think it would look good because they're an odd shape. It's not square, you know, or rectangle. So those just lended themselves to be photographed anyways. So I'm not going to photography now for all of my covers. I just wanted to clarify that because if you order anything new from me, you might be thinking, I thought she wasn't going to photography. It's just worked out that way for this particular release. So I just wanted to clear the air on that one. Design with me. Okay, so last week when I recorded my Flosstube video, right after that, I think I edited my video first. So it was a little bit after that. And I went live on YouTube and I didn't announce it anywhere, so my apologies. But anyways, if you happen to catch it live, it was really fun. Thanks for being there. But I finished up the design with me and that pattern now is available free on my website. So I'll put a link below so that you can get that free chart and enjoy. I hope that you stitch it and I want to see it when it's done. So there is a hashtag if you do stitch it. If you could please use hashtag cat over willow. Cat over willow. Yes. So anyways, that's done. And then I have a really cool idea for Nashville and I'm just going to start shouting it out now so that you all know. So I'm releasing minimum of 2 samplers. I sent the samplers off to Craft Gallery and I said a prayer and I said, let go and let God, right? That was our topic for last week, our question or whatever. And I just had to put my trust in God and just send them to them and just say a prayer that they'll get there safely. I was a nervous wreck until Paula let me know that they arrived. So Paula told me that it just so happened that day that there were like 8 stitchers there when they arrived, when the models arrived, or the samplers arrived. So she had all of this input from these ladies, and they narrowed it down to these frames that look exquisite. I cannot wait to see these things framed. So anyways, that is in the process. And it looks like the other 2 samplers will possibly be released in Nashville as well. Having said that, I am going to do, you know, the Willy Wonka golden ticket thing in the candy bars? Okay, I'm going to do a golden ticket. And I don't know how many I'm going to do. I thought I would just put 1 per sampler. I don't know. I don't know how many I'm going to do, and I don't know exactly yet what the price is going to be, but it's going to be pretty cool. Stay tuned for that, as I haven't even spoken with my husband about this, and he'll help me decide, you know, what the price should be, and if I put 1 in each, you know, however, I don't know, but I will let you know when we get that off finalized. I think that would be so much fun. So basically, when you buy a pattern, if you happen to buy one of my samplers, when you open it to stitch it, if there's a golden ticket in there, that means you won. Isn't that cool? I think that'll be awesome. And so, yeah, and so you'll have to take a picture of yourself with the golden ticket. I think it's going to be a blast. So it'll be like a little treasure hunt for everyone. So that is coming up. Questions and answers. I didn't have that many. I had more on Instagram than anywhere. But Maureen, she asked, will the Christmas dance be a cross-stitch chart soon? So I believe it was last week when I showed Christmas dance. I fully finished Christmas dance. And she wanted to know if that was going to be a cross-stitch soon. It will be a cross-stitch, but I can't say soon because I don't even have it charted yet. So it might be something that's released later in 2020 or for Nashville next year or something, but not anytime real soon. Love the sunflower house. Oh, this was from Instagram because I posted a picture of the Punchneedle of Sunflower House. And she said, love the sunflower house. Is it still available? Yes, it is. You can get that in my Etsy shop now, or you can call your LNS and see if they have it. And then another question from Instagram, do you sell your artwork? I do. I sell my artwork on Etsy. That's it. I don't have many originals. They were speaking about my original paintings. I don't have many originals on there right now. I have probably 3 or 4 that I need to list, and I've been meaning to list, but you know, life is busy. Whips. I have a whip, but I didn't bring it down here. I'm starting a new Punchneedle, and it's Tilly Goat. Instead of Billy Goat, it's Tilly Goat, because it's a girl. Tilly Goat. So, anyways, I don't have it down here, so I can't show you. But finishes. I have, let's do previous finish first. Actually, this is not a previous finish, because I just finished it today. It's a fully finished. You know, it's hard to keep all that crap straight. So, my finish. I punched, Wilbur the pig. I love him so much. And if you remember, he was a painting that I did last, I think it was in 2019 that I painted this little farm series. Here's just a little print off of little Wilbur. And I said I was going to be making him into Punchneedle and cross stitch. Well, I got to get moving on my Punchneedle for Nashville. And I decided this was the best time to do it. So isn't he cute? Isn't he just adorable? I love him. So, oh yeah, so I punched the whole background, this kind of creamy off-white background, and I had light khaki and some of those colors that are a little bit too yellow. So I ended up ripping out like 3 skeins of all the yellow, and I kept the white in there, and then I chose a kind of a grayish tan. It's DMC 3866, and filled back in and took all the yellow out, and it looks so much better. It just looks so much better. So for Nashville, I'll have this little guy Wilbur, and then I'll have Tilly Goat for Nashville. And then probably for the June release of 2020, I will have the cow and the sheep that will be in the same style. So there'll be 4 of them to start with. I want to add a donkey and a chicken as well. So that will probably be in 2020 as well, but like the September release. So there you go. That's my finish. And then my FFO. This cross stitch is not new. This cross stitch, I'm trying to think when that came out. I want to say two Nashvilles ago. Is that a thing now? 2 Nashvilles ago. But I just love this design. It's very popular. It's I know Colleen makes fun of me. It's cross stitch 082, and it's called Santa's Helper. So what I did, I'll give you a close-up of the stitching. And what I did is I put it on sticky board, and then I used Lady Dot Creates Mossy Chanel and trimmed it out with that, and it blends in really good to the frame. But I had to put something around it because the opening for the frame was a little bit too big, and I needed to fill that in. But I thought that frame was perfect because of the little scalloped edge on the cross stitch piece. It looks so cute. This is full coverage, but you wouldn't have to stitch the background. You could just do the Santa and the reindeer with a little heart in the border and call it good. Like if you stitched on black, you wouldn't have to do the black border. You could keep the background is black and his glove is black. So that's just a thought for you. And then this frame I got at Hobby Lobby, of course. Never pay full price at Hobby Lobby for frames because every other week they go on sale 50% off. So never pay full price. So that's it for finishes. Hey guys, I was so focused on Punchneedle and cross stitch because of my new release that I completely forgot a FFO and a whip of my art. So I'm just gonna edit this in So sorry about that. So what you paint Wednesdays, this is what I worked on. This week I worked on it, and last week I worked on this floral, okay? Well, I don't like it. I'm not happy with this painting. I do like the poppy flowers. I'm not crazy about the black-eyed Susies. I don't know, there's something about this painting that was just bugging me, and I mentioned Wednesday, I thought, what if I paint an angel over top of this painting in my more stylized, you know how I paint my angels, but then have the dress be the angels, like leave that part showing. So I sketched out this drawing. I took some tracing paper and I covered this piece so that I wanted to be able to see through it, so I could still see the painting underneath, so I knew where to draw the angel. So can you see her face? So she's gonna kind of be up in this corner of the painting. That's her face, and then her wing comes out this way, and then her dress comes down here. So everywhere her dress is, you will see the pretty flowers. Like all these red flowers you're gonna still see. So that is my plan for What You Paint Wednesday this coming week. So join us and you can watch, and then you can watch that come to life. Then I have an FFO. After Wednesday, you know, when I paint Wednesday night, I'm just like, especially because I wasn't satisfied with that painting, it gets to me. Like, normally I would have worked on that Friday and finished it, but I want to keep that for What You Paint Wednesday. So Friday, I'm like, dang it, I am painting something. I just need that satisfaction of getting something done. Okay, so for years now, have been collecting. I had a subscription to Vogue, and what was the other one? I don't remember. But anyways, I would tear out pages of models that had interesting lighting or an interesting pose. And I also, you know, would go to Pinterest and all this stuff. So my plan is to use those pictures to create angels, so the faces will be a little bit more realistic than my stylized paintings. Like this angel back here, that's something that basically I sketched in my sketchbook, and then I drew it onto my canvas and painted it just from my head. I wasn't looking at a picture or anything. So those are highly stylized, and that's kind of what I'm known for when I paint my angels. But I want to branch out and do another something. So I used a photograph for her face. Her hair is completely different than it was in the picture, but that's basically what I'm looking for, is just interesting poses and faces and lighting on the faces. And then from there, I do everything else. So I just started on the canvas, putting down, I use molding paste, and I put a lot of texture down, let that dry. Then I did a layer of black gesso all over it. And then I drew her on there and I painted her, and I did it all in like one day. It was awesome, and it just felt so good to get something done. Then last night I put crackle on it, and let me get my glasses because I can't even see if this thing is focused. So I put crackle on it. So today I came down and finished it up. And then I've never done that before, but I used gold paint on the edges. And then when I put the matte varnish down, I put the matte varnish on everything except her halo. And that is like a shimmery gold paint. It's hard to tell on here, but it's shimmery gold anyways. But I love the way her little face turned out. I love the crackles. I love all the texture. Like all this texture in here was because I did that underpainting with the molding paste, and I created all kinds of texture and layers, and I just love it. And I also used my roller again on this. But here, I don't think you can see it, but it says, "What is love?" So when I put the molding paste down, I just took the end of my paintbrush, the opposite end of my paintbrush, and I put "What is love?" with a question mark. So it's very subtle and you can't really see it, but I just think she turned out really pretty. The wings are a completely different look, And there's just a lot of movement in the wings, I think. So also when I went around it and antiqued it with raw umber, I didn't do it here. So if I would have done that raw umber on this, it would be the same color as that. But I wanted this part to be lighter because it's her halo. So anyway, I love how it turned out, and I'm really, really happy with it. And I'm so over the moon excited to do more paintings like this. I have a huge notebook just full of different pictures of models that I can create a lot of these paintings with. So anyways, that's my FFOs in my paint world. And then haul. I don't have any haul. I was a good girl and stayed home all week and worked. Most of my shopping is done online anyways, but I didn't need anything, and I've been good. All right, so we are already to the giveaway. This is going to be a short and sweet video. So last week, we're using the angel kindness cards now for our question. So the last week was, do you find it easy to let go and let God? And the keyword was let God. So I'm going to insert the YouTube random comment picker here. So let's see who the winner is. And it sounds like we're all about the same. It's not an easy thing to do to let go and let God, but as long as we continue to strive for that. So the winner is Cindy Flinchbaugh. She said, let go and let God is a phrase I totally struggle with in a relationship with a family member who is a challenge. God is in control, loves us, and has a plan. Love your designs and appreciate you sharing your talents with us. Thank you so much, Cindy, and thank you everybody for participating, and let's get back to our program. Congratulations, Cindy. If you could just email me your mailing address right here to teresakogut3@gmail.com, I will get your choice of pattern out to you ASAP. So just go to my Etsy shop. That address is right here, www.etsy.com/shop/teresakogut. That's really hard to say. Anyways, you could go there and just pick out whatever pattern you want and just email me and let me know. Okay, so this week, let's pick a card. Here's this week's angel card. And it says, be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of your behavior, attitudes, and habits in your life. Awareness is enlightening. So I want to elaborate on that just a little bit. I'm a huge believer of your thoughts are things. And what you think and what you believe is going to reflect in your life. And here's a perfect example. And if you, why I love this card so much is awareness is enlightening. If you just, for this week, I want you to do something. I want you to just be aware of your thoughts, be aware of your attitudes. And when I'm having a bad day, or if I don't know if this happens to you guys or not, but if I'm having a bad day and I'm in a bad mood and I drop something and I curse and I'm upset about it, and then I knock something over, and it seems like you get into this funk and your attitude sucks, and the whole day you drop stuff, you knock stuff over, you mess things up, you do something wrong, and it will just keep snowballing throughout the day. Have you ever had that happen? And then sometimes I'll be aware of it and I'll say, oh, I need to just chill out. And sometimes just do like 5 to 10 minutes of meditation and just sit there quietly with your eyes closed, pay attention to your breathing, and just sit there and do nothing but think about what you're grateful for. 5-10 minutes of that, and I'm telling you what, your attitude will change, and therefore your day will change. It is amazing. And so anyways, I just had to give you that little insight, as if I know all the answers. I don't, but it's just something I have discovered through my own, actions in life and stuff. And so I just want to share that with you. Hinging off of that card, it's not really a question. You just have to type this. But I want you, so here's the question. Are you aware of how amazing you are? You don't have to answer that question. But that's my question to you, and I want you to stop and think about that. Think about the things that had to happen for you to be alive. You are amazing. Okay, and all you have to do in the comments to be entered into the drawing, oh yeah, and the prize is an 8x10 from my Etsy shop. So any 8x10 you want, it can, you know, watercolor, acrylic, angel, whatever. Excuse me. So all you have to do in the comments is type this: awareness is enlightening. If you have a story that has to do with awareness and, you know, the whole thing about your attitude and your thoughts and your habits and all that, if you want to elaborate on it and tell me something, I would love to hear it. I would love to read it. I love stories like that. So feel free to elaborate on that, but you don't have to, okay? So the key word is awareness is enlightening. It's a phrase. I guess it's not a key word, but. And last but not least is the Chinese fortune teller. The person that chose Lavender 7-1 is Jerry Ann Holdaway. So let's do, I always hold it the same way, Lavenderer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 1 is, we haven't done a number 1 in a while, so tell us some business advice. I'm pretty sure I've only done that one other time, and I think the other time the advice I gave was don't put all your eggs in one basket. I've gotten burned twice in my business by doing that. That's why I have many different things, many irons in the fire. Not to mention I just like to do it that way. I get bored easily, so it kind of works to my advantage. But hopefully I haven't talked about this before, but I find using a planner to be oh so important to my business. I know people like to put things in their phones and all that rigmarole, but no, you need a planner. If you're starting a business or you have a business or you want to get more things done in your day, use a planner. I'm telling you, you know, we all need goals and things to work towards, and a planner will get you there. And also, I have tracked my hours since I started my business. I think it's important to know how many hours you're working. When I first started my business, I might have already shared this part, I don't know, but it was really difficult because people thought, oh, well, Teresa's home, you know, she's not doing anything. I'll just call her and we can chit chat in the middle of the day. Or, you know, hey, let's go out to lunch, or all these things. And I'm like, I can't, I'm working. I'll call you later or whatever. And I'm just a very disciplined person when it comes to my business. I don't really know where that comes from. It's just because I guess there's so many things I want to accomplish and so many things I want to do that I need to stay focused, and it just kind of came naturally to me. Also, blocking out time in the day and then just focusing on it, like turn the volume off on your phone. I know people get irritated with me because I'm not always readily available with my phone, but if I just answered every little text and every phone call and every alert and notification I got, I wouldn't get anything done. So just turn your phone off, or, you know, put it somewhere, turn the volume off, whatever, and just hunker down on a task until that task is done. And you'll find you get so much more done that way. You know, before I had the studio, I used to work up at the house, you know, and it was, you know, oh, I should go. Well, I think Deb and Kev were just talking about this too. They were saying, you know, oh, I need to go do the dishes. Oh, the laundry's dry. I need to go fold the laundry or whatever. You know, especially if you're running a business, you have to just say, I'm working from this hour to this hour, and everything else can wait until I'm done with work. You have to treat it like a real job. And think about that. You wouldn't do that if you're working for someone else, right? So if you own your own business, or you have these goals and these plans that you want to work towards, treat it like a real job. You know, you can't do that if you're working for someone else. So why would you cheat yourself? So anyway, that's my business advice. it's worked for me all these years. And I have a super cool planner. Oh, it's not right here. I thought it was sitting right here. That my BFF Kristen gave me, and I love this planner. Let me grab it. Yeah, Erin Condren. I had never heard of her until Kristen gave me this. But I love that it opens and lays flat. It's got plenty of room for me to write. You know, here's my list of things I need to get done that day. I keep track of my hours over here. It's just a really nice, well-made planner, and there's extra add-ons. My understanding is there's add-ons and extra things you can buy. There's little labels in the back, and there's stickers for birthdays, and it's got a little pocket back here, which I already have it almost full, for God's sakes. It's only January. But anywho, yep, use a planner, keep track of your hours, block out time in the day for, you know, in your work week or your work, I mean, sorry, not work week, but in your work day. You know, those are all things that will keep you on track to hitting your goals and getting things done like you want to. That's it for this week, guys. I just want to say thanks for being here. Thank you for all your support. And I just want to remind you, create every day. Bye now.